You're not crazy. Being a small creator is hard. Let's get into it. Let's see.
Show of hands, who remembers this girl?
Hello, I'm Janelle, and I live in a van.
See, I don't remember this girl. I'd
Janelle
never seen her
Eliana.
before.
Does the name sound familiar? July 4th, 2019, she posted her first video about her kooky and quirky life in said van. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Makes me sick. Around this time, humble but impressive beginnings, about 20,000 subscribers. She posted another video. By July 19th, I gotta remove the stupid thing. She had 1 million. I gotta move the camera. Hold
That's
on.
crazy.
I didn't think I'd have to adjust the angle. Hold on. She had 1 million. I'm not jealous of her. Why would you say that? Shut up. I was 15 when this happened. And I remember watching her and her story and watching it all unfold and thinking to myself, wow, if it can happen to her, it can happen to anyone. One video is all it takes for my biggest dreams to come true.
That's how so many people think. That's how I used to think too, especially like when I first like started like streaming and that like over a year ago. I was like, oh, just one TikTok needs to blow up. One YouTube video just needs to go off. And then it's over. I'm done. I'm going to take over. I'm going to take over. And it's just, it's like so like the grind to get to where a lot of these people are at that like you look up to in the space and stuff like that. Like for Twitch streaming, like Jinxie, Queso, who else is up there? Tim. I love Tim. Like Tim is one of the reasons like I started streaming, one of my inspirations. Just all those guys up there. Like it's like if they could do it, like if they could do it, like anybody can do it. But then also like when you get into it, what I've learned is it is like so hard. Like Jinxie, like I know it's like a lot of people know this by now, but like when you hear it, you're like, oh, good for him. But like they don't even realize like he grinded for like 5 years straight with like nothing. He didn't like he had like no viewers or very low viewers, but he continued to grind and like sitting here like I can speak for experience, like sitting here like just like streaming to like nobody. Or like sometimes I'll get people in here, which is cool, and I try to engage conversations with them. But you know, people can't just sit here for the whole time. But like right now, I have one viewer and like no one in chat. But like it's hard, man. It is hard, but it's a grind. But what keeps it going though is just like the end goal. Like you need tunnel vision. You need tunnel vision. I'm serious, and it's like the end goal. If it happens, if you keep grinding. I mean, it's just like anything. If you keep working at it, you get better and better and you grow and grow and get higher and higher. And it's just, you need to keep that tunnel vision just for the end goal because like there has been times and I've let it overtaking me where it's like, wow, is this like actually going to happen? Am I wasting my time here? And it's like, it's caused me not to continue the grind and like to stop for like long periods of time. And it makes me mad when I look back at those times because it's like I could have pushed myself more and grown more, but you know, you live and you learn. But you know, I've gotten better now, and it's just like you need to keep that. You need to have that tunnel vision to stick to the end goal, what you want your end goal to be. I mean, that's really all it is, but it is a grind and it is hard, like sitting here and you're like talking to nobody but yourself, but you know, you got to act like there's people here so that when there is people here, you know what to do. And you're not just sitting there like, duh, 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 but, you know, it is a grind and it is hard. It is hard, but, you know, you always got to grind to where you want to be. Always. It's in any profession. You don't just get plucked up at the top with all the different accolades that come with it. So you got to work for what you got, and you got to work for what you get. But sorry.
That did not happen. Have you, dear viewer, had such aspirations? Quit your 9-to-5, be your own boss, live the glorious lifestyle of the rich and famous just because most people generally agree that your videos give off good vibes?
Yep.
And as the foremost leading expert on this subject, don't Google that, also don't ask anybody, also don't look down just a little bit and see how low my sub count is, you can just trust me. Then allow me to shed some light on my industry. For those of you who don't know, we just hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel.
W.
Oh, please, please keep going. Yes, clapping is the proper response to that announcement. Also, may I add, it was with our 100th upload. Oh my goodness, yes, clap louder.
W, that's actually
the
good.
reaction I wanted. Oh my
That's good.
goodness. But let me be the first to say, amidst your roaring clapping, please don't stop, that all the work we put in to get to this very moment, none of it was worth it. Not at all, not even a little bit. Am I lying? About 60%, but I'm still mad. I've been making videos on the internet for 2 years, and I've changed a lot. The type of videos, my style of making videos, my process, I've grown as a creative, and I've done so much in that time.
It is though, like, you do, like, grow a lot. Like, what I've realized, even though I've only been uploading, I've only been uploading YouTube videos for, what is it, been since December or November, 1 and 2. I think it's December. But even in that short time, and there's been like times where I've like stopped because either I got caught up in school or I had to come home for spring break. That's another thing with college. It's just hard, like, especially being away from my family. Like, when I have to go home, like, I can't upload videos because it's like I'm not at my setup and stuff, so I can't create content. But that, like, just like growing, like what we were just looking at, like my thumbnails, like through like all my videos, like how they've got progressively, I think at least gotten better. It's just like, so it's like I wonder where I'm going to be at in like a year, because already like my videos I feel like have progressively gotten better standard for me, and have gotten like just better in general, like my thumbnails, my titles, all that stuff. So I'm not an editor though, and I really don't know how to do that stuff, but I really just, you know, take the videos from the streams and put them on. I don't know how to do the sound effects or any of that stuff for editing, but you know, hopefully if I get big enough, I'll be able to hire somebody that knows how to do that and make my YouTube videos even better, but we'll see. All right. Sorry. This video, I feel like, since I'm going to relate to it a lot, there's going to be a lot of pausing and a lot of talking.
I'd like to thank the Academy, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. But if I'm being very honest, if I knew it was going to take me 2 years to get here, I probably would have never started. And to be very honest with you, I thought I would have reached this point a lot quicker than I did. I want to see if I can hit 1,000 by the end of the year. I just want to give this a try and see where I end up. Aw, look at me. So young and stupid. I had big dreams.
No, everybody's young and
Everybody was
stupid.
going to see my unadulterated, pure, raw talent. I was going to make videos for a living. I would be able to drop out of college. I'd be able to buy my parents a house. I'd show everybody that I grew up with and went to middle school with who didn't want to play with me on the monkey bars or didn't want to sit next to me at lunch because I wasn't one of the cool kids. They would see me online and I'd say, ha, I am one of the cool kids. Commentary YouTubers were going to make video essays about me. I was a never...
Wait, I want to see though. That's funny. Me and this guy, like a lot of this, what this guy's been saying, I've like thought too. So it's kind of funny. I'm relating a lot to him. Oh my God, he blew up. He blew up from this one video, I think. No description added. Oh wow. W guy, he blew up from this. Wow, good for him.
Really gonna say something offensive on Twitter, I'd get canceled and I'd live the rest of my days knowing that I peaked at 19. It was gonna be great. Yeah, but that didn't happen. I didn't even get close, and to be honest, this is a failure. I'm aware of what I am. It was supposed to be a ticket to the easy life, but now that I've been doing this for a while, I've gotta say, this is a lot more work than I thought it would be.
It is,
Verizon,
though.
you could save big on all your favorite
God,
entertainment.
These ads, bro, they ruin the vibe. It is though. It is actually a lot more work than I thought it is. It's not like a lot more work in the sense of like people are gonna say, oh, like all you do is like watch videos and you upload them. Like try working like 9 to 5, which I have worked a 9 to 5, and but it is hard. It's not necessarily hard, but it is a lot of work, and it is a lot of stress, especially if the videos don't do good and you think you made a good video or made a good thumbnail and title and they don't produce. It does get stressful.
There's this really common assumption that this is easy.
Yeah.
Now, is that true? Kinda? Look, I don't want to say it's like rocket science or brain surgery or whatever, but I'm like, it's hard work a little bit, kind of, maybe, I don't know. Because to the average viewer on YouTube, all the work they have to do is essentially deciding which video they're going to watch while they eat lunch. They
Exactly.
do it for 2
I do that all the
minutes, and
time.
then they leave a like.
It's exactly what I do. I watch videos when I eat anything. So yeah, I get that.
But to the person making the video, they have to brainstorm the idea,
Yep.
research the topic, write the script, rewrite the script, rewrite the script. Wonder if they're
See,
any good
okay.
at script writing. Then rewrite the
See, I don't do any of that though. Okay, I do have to say I do not do any of that. I do brainstorm ideas, but I don't research and I don't write a script or anything. I just kind of free for all it. But also it's sorry. But also it's just like I don't know, I feel like my style is doing it differently because I just take like videos from my stream and upload them on YouTube. But like I don't do all that stuff, but I don't want to be that kind of YouTuber though. That's the other thing. I don't want to be that kind of like I don't want to be like the FaZe Rug or the Mr. Beast or like stuff like that. So, but yeah, for people that want to be like that, it is YouTube is like it is because like they brainstorm these ideas and they have these scripts and stuff, and it's just
script. They have to record the video, re-record bits that they didn't like. If you'll
Yep.
excuse me, I'll just get the rest of my list here. We have edit the recording, sound
Also-
design.
yeah. Also, this stuff like if you don't have like editors and stuff, and you have to do it all yourself, like me, I have to make the thumbnail myself. I have to clip the part from my stream and upload it and stuff like that and make sure it's good. Like it becomes very time consuming, especially if you don't really know how to work all like the different like apps and that like that well. It does get very time consuming and annoying and stressful, but
Make the title, make the thumbnail, and then do this whole process over again forever. And this whole thing gets you maybe 7 views at first. It's not
Yeah.
very fun, if
No,
I'm
it's
being
not.
honest. Because you have to get good at selling yourself.
Yeah.
For example, if you're a middle-aged woman and you want to make videos about Club Penguin, that's fantastic. But you have to understand, your goal is not to make videos about Club Penguin. It's to make me, a random stranger, care about
Yep.
videos about Club Penguin. These sound like very similar goals, but they are two completely different things. Because you
Yeah,
don't
it's-
realize
it's-
how much of making videos is really not
it is all viewer engagement. Like but you have to find that also like you just have to find that niche thing like that. You need to find that crevice that you could fit yourself into, and and then it's kind of like and like when you find that, you kind of just need to peg your things there and stay and just grow there. Like so I don't know, it's hard though, but it's hard trying to find that thing and like trying to figure out what people like about you, what they don't like, and like what gets the most viewer engagement, because that is ultimately what you want is viewer engagement.
about making videos. It's about making videos seem interesting.
Yep.
You have to learn how to get good at marketing. How am I going to convince random strangers on the internet to give up their precious time to watch my random crap? And this isn't something that we typically have to think about doing in our day-to-day life unless we work in like sales or something. If we're talking about our interests, we don't have to worry about making people care about it, because your husband or your best friend can pretend to care about your interest all they want, but I'm a stranger. I
Yep.
don't have to do anything for you.
No,
I
exactly.
owe you nothing. Another thing is the constant
Exactly.
output. Because it's true, some days you wake up with the perfect idea and then you get immediately into writing and recording and editing and everything runs smoothly. You finish the
All for it to get like 8 views. That hurts. That hurts. Like a lot of TikToks I upload, I'm like, oh, these are great. These are great. And I upload the TikTok and then it gets like 100 views or likes. That hurts. That does.
video, you love it, you're laughing, you're crying, it's Oscar worthy. You put it out and you feel great. That's fantastic. Now do it again. Immediately. Forever. But the thing is, ideas don't come to you just whenever you want, but whether they do or don't, you need them consistently. You gotta make something. You can't bank on one good idea. You need them over and over, week after week, because not all of them are going to hit, and you need as many attempts as you can build up. And that task sounds really easy in theory, but in practice, it is annoying, stressful, and overall upsetting. But let's say you do all of that. You do all the work, you learn to sell yourself, and you're consistent with it. That is fantastic, but here's the thing. Nobody is going to care for a very long time. Now, I hear you asking, dear viewer, why is that? Well, let me tell you, the answer it's quite simple, really.
Are you kidding me?
Helps me study for finals. First, it stores all
my finals are over. I'm done with that.
Do you remember when YouTube looked like this?
Gosh.
Yeah, me neither. I'm 20, not 100.
Yeah.
If you feel old right now, that feeling is correct.
I was about to say, I don't remember YouTube looking like that at all. And this guy, I'm the same age as this guy. So like, yeah, I don't remember that at all.
I've been told when YouTube looked like this, there was only like a handful of creators for a specific genre of things. Like gaming or sketch comedy or whatever Vsauce is. But now there's literally thousands of YouTubers for each genre, and there are new genres being made all the time. And the fact that there is an entire genre based on copying one person is enough proof that this market is saturated. Wouldn't you agree?
Very.
There's too many options. To illustrate, think of your favorite Chinese takeout place. They have no less than 5,000 items on the menu, yet you order the same 3 every time. There are just too many options, so you stick with what you know you will like and you never change it
That
ever.
is so true.
But what are the chances you're gonna try the 5,001st thing they put on the menu? The new version of sugary fried chicken bites with rice. Never. You're not gonna do it. Put the sweet and sour in the bag and leave me alone. That was a really incoherent way of saying people don't like to try new things, especially when there are too many options.
Facts.
Also, people are
so
shallow.
And
we say we want to be different, but really, we are liars because 90%.
That's so true, because I've been doing, I'm the same way when I'm on YouTube and I watch my like different YouTube videos. I never I just don't. I know what I like on YouTube and I just stick to that. And I never really try new things, so I can't really complain because like I'm the same exact way.
90% of the time, we would just like to conform to what everybody else does in peace. Don't believe me? You ever notice how in any video somebody says hot take or unpopular opinion, it's followed by just a really boring fact of life, and then everyone in the comments agrees? If thousands of people are agreeing to something, then was it really that unpopular of an idea? Clearly not,
No,
because
not at all.
people like what is popular and what has already been agreed to be good. And to see that a view count is high is a subconscious way of knowing that other people have seen this and liked this. It would have never gotten this popular if other people didn't like it, so surely I'll probably like it as well. It's your way of determining quality and to see if it's worth your time. But to see a video with fairly few views comes across as low budget and frankly very loser-like. Because you don't want to be the first one to watch it. It probably sucks. That's not worth your time. You're important and your lunch is getting cold. Are you really gonna risk it on a video that you might not like?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I do that. I do that. I think exactly like that. Oh God, this is bad. Yeah, I think exactly like that. God.
Are you stupid? So you put these two ideas together and it makes the workload for a smaller creator a lot harder than they probably realized it would be. Because at the end of the day, people are vain and you have to put almost more work into making the video look like it'll be interesting than actually making the video interesting. Why did you click on this video? Did you like the thumbnail? Did the title interest you?
Title, I do have to say the title interests me, especially being a small creator. The title interests me. This guy, did he get like is he like studying psychology or something? Because he is like spot on with everything he's saying. I'm not even gonna lie. Like spot on.
If it did, great. I did my job, and that's a compliment. Thank you. But okay, let me ask you something else. Did you notice how low the view count was? Again, if you did,
It wasn't
and you
low
clicked
when I
on
did it.
Anyway, hats off to you, sir. We appreciate your services here at David Achu Productions. But if you didn't, be honest, if you had noticed it, would you have clicked on this? I'm not mad or anything. I'm just asking this so you can question yourself, so you can feel bad, and I can feel better about myself.
Hey, in it had 500,000 views when I saw it, but this is also this was almost a year ago, so yeah, this had 500,000 views, so that's another. I did click on it because it had, if it had lower, I don't know if I would have. Oh God, this guy's exposing like everybody on YouTube.
To me, it's what I imagine starting a small business is like. You're putting a lot of time and effort into a new venture that you're hoping will make some sort of money. And let's be honest, I don't care what anybody says, you're in this for the money. You're not better than me. We all want money. Shut up. We all want money. I don't care if you're like.
No, oh my God, that is so true. Oh my God, that is so true. Oh my God.
Like, oh no, I'm only in it for the love of the game. I'm an artist. Yeah, you're an artist who wants money.
Yeah.
So you open up shop,
my
and
God.
literally any sort of attention is a win. And sure, it's exhilarating at first, but you start to realize quickly that the amount of work you put in is not being proportionally rewarded.
Yeah.
But you figure, hey, if I just work for X amount of time, I'm sure it'll all be worth it in the end. And then 10X amount of time passes, and it still hasn't done that yet. And it's at this point that you start to wonder if it'll ever get off the ground or if any of your dreams will be realized. And the interesting thing about it is that, well, I assume similar to a small business or an artist, you're not fully respected by other people until it's successful. It's not something that you can really brag about or frankly talk about openly because you think people might judge you because you're not making money yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, I am. There we go.
No, that's so true. That's so true. Like, you don't really like go around telling people like, oh, like you're making YouTube videos, oh, you're streaming, like, because a lot of people will like frown upon it and say, oh, you're just doing the easy way, and oh, you're not gonna make it. It's like, oh, it's a shot in the dark, and you're not gonna. It's like the odds are very stacked against you, and like, oh, you only have this many followers after this amount of time, and you're still only getting this amount of views, or you only have this many people like subscribed on your YouTube. But it's like, so yeah, it is like you don't go around saying it, and then people think like you just do nothing all day, and it's like, no, like you still grind all day for like to get to that point, which you need to do. And it is frustrating, and it is hard. And also when you aren't making any money, and it's like it is hard, especially like when all like your friends and stuff are, and they have like these jobs and internships, and it's like it's like the grind you're doing, and you're not making money, and they're all like, it does get annoying, and it gets frustrating, and then you're like, am I doing the right thing here? Am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? It's hard. It is hard.
No! Oh, my bad. I mean, no. So you're working, grinding, hustling, trying to get the kinks out and trying to get better and better with time, but it's just not working. And as crushing as this is for you, nobody's gonna care because it's not that big a deal to them. Aw, your little video didn't get as many views as you want. Aw. Most of the time, the hustle will not be respected until the results meet the expectations of other people, which sucks because a lot of the time, results almost never do that in the beginning. Last week, I uploaded what was my most successful video in almost 2 years. Now, I know it doesn't have a lot of views, but shut up. Let me have this. And for the past week, I have obsessively...
If I had a video that had over like... My highest viewed video right now, it's like 450 views. If I got a video that got over 1,000 views, I would be very, very happy.
watched its view count slowly trickle up. I've read every comment, I've looked at every analytic, I've observed it and watched it from the corners and shadows of YouTube Studio like a creep. It's been a truly fun time for me. With that being said, I'm about to say something a little bit vulnerable, but I feel like I've created a safe space here for all of us. You ready? If this video does not do greater or equal numbers, I will set something on fire. A match!
Hey, viewing here almost a year later, it did a lot better than that video I got. It did a lot better. A lot.
That is the thing that's meant to catch on fire, silly. Of course I wasn't talking about a building or like a plot of land. I would love to believe this how this works. You get better and better, and with time your views and attention goes up and up, but it's not. It's never linear. It's just weird. Sometimes it just fails. And you can try adjusting thumbnails and titles and tags. And yeah, I'm sure that'll do something sometimes for some people, but most of the time, you just have to do it again and hope. Which is such an interesting mental thing, because it's been said that the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result. But that's exactly what you're doing. I mean, you're getting a little bit better every now and then, but you're essentially making the same thing over and over and over.
You are,
and you keep
it
hoping
makes you insane
that it'll be
too.
different. And then it's probably not going to be. You do start to feel a little crazy. At the end of the day, it's just deeply demoralizing to put so much effort into something you know you're good at, or at least you think you are, and you think you're getting better, and you're improving day by day, and yet it's never getting a chance to be seen. It only makes you...
It is very humbling, I do have to say. It is very humbling, and it gives you a better perspective and more respect for the people that do it and have been doing it and are at the top. And you realize, wow, this actually isn't that easy, because you do have to present yourself in a way that is interesting to random people and a lot of random people. And it just gives you a new perspective. And like I said, it gives you a lot more respect for the people that have done it and are at the top.
You question, am I good at this? Am I talented? Am I funny? Is this worth it?
Did gaming take over your life? You're not alone, and it might not be your fault. The makers of games...
That was a lot of self-pity, wasn't it? My bad. Yes, it is easy to think like that, but I'm gonna need you to lock in, all right? This is the happy part of the video. You ready? Put the numbers aside. You ever make something that genuinely made you happy? Like, it's funny, or it's really well edited, or it's just overall, it makes you feel creative.
Yeah.
You ever get those feelings? I really hope that feeling never goes away. Because it is genuinely...
And then the video does horrible, and then I just don't know what to think anymore.
Fun and enjoyable. So in that way, you always know there's some sort of sentimental or emotional benefit that you get out of this, some sort of reward that you feel an inner pride. You'll always have that, no matter what. Well, you'll always have it as long as you're trying, that is. Okay, back to the numbers for a second. It is so easy to blame everything on the all-knowing and all-powerful algorithm. But riddle me this, Sherlock. Is it possible that maybe, just maybe, your videos suck? Don't get me wrong, I've been there. Every bad title, every boring thumbnail, every stupid idea, every 2-month hiatus followed by feeling bad for yourself, then announcing that you were gonna get back into it, making 2 videos, they both flop, and then going on an even longer 2-month hiatus.
That's exactly what I just thought. That's exactly what I just talked about. Because it's like it beats you down, but then it also makes you. When I always would come back, like I'd always feel like, okay, I can't do this. I need to push through it. So it beats you down, but like what I think it makes you stronger also when you come back, and if you come back, I feel like it lowers your chances of doing that again. It's like making diamonds. Pressure makes diamonds, you know?
Even longer. They're both 2 months. I don't know. I was there through all of this, all right? We are in this together, but it gets better. Because you just have to accept that, yeah, I might suck at this. Most people do. But you get over it. You get better. And then eventually, you suck.
It's like any other job, though. It's like when you first start, like, you suck at it. You do, but you get better. Like no one's like, except if you're like a genius or you've trained your whole life for like a certain like job. Like usually most people when they first start a job, they suck at it.
less. The question is for you, is it worth the effort to get from here where you suck and you're bad at this to get over here where you're
Yeah.
slightly less worse at this? Because it's a long journey. And for some people, the answer is no. And that's fine. It's good to get that out of the way now so that you can spend your time doing something that you would enjoy and that you would get better at.
Yep.
But if the answer is yes, we've got work to do. It's very important that as much as possible, you remove your emotions from this process, or at the very least, do not let them dictate your actions.
Yep.
As we discussed in the previous video, failure does not make you a failure. Just because you couldn't do fractions as an 8-year-old does not mean you do not deserve love. You have to view failures as a learning experience. This flopped. Okay, why?
I could do
What do I need
fractions.
to cut? What do I need to add? Post, get feedback, adapt, try again.
Yep.
Despite the numbers
Yep.
or anything
it's
else,
a
I can always
consistent
take
it's a consistent grind. It is. You just got to keep doing at it. You got to keep chipping away, and you got to keep working at it, and you will get better. And that's like what a great. I feel like though that's just like also a great like bottleneck for like this sort of career, because like a lot of people will like dictate it by their emotions, or will be dictated by their emotions, and they will think that they're going to blow up immediately, and they will post and think they have great videos and thumbnails and stuff, or even start streaming and think that all these people are going to flood into their stream because they're so interesting or whatever, and they don't, and they're sitting there to one view or maybe two. Someone will pop up and then they'll just leave, and you're sitting there for hours just talking to nobody, or your friends that pop in the stream sometimes, and it is very it is humiliating and demoralizing, but it is also very humbling. And a lot of people just they just leave after so many, like if you do that for like a couple weeks or a month, and a lot of people will leave because of that, because they're like, they don't want to put the work in, or they don't think they're going to make it. And it's like it's like a bottleneck, and you got to push through to the other side. But
pride in that over these 2 years, I have grown as a speaker, as a script writer, as an editor, and as a fourth thing. It has also recently changed my mindset towards work and patience and believing in myself. Not too much, but also not too little. You gotta find the balance, but I'm learning, I'm doing it. And now, even if this were the last piece of media I ever made, at least I now have an entire library of dumb ideas that became reality. And no one can take that from me. Well, unless YouTube deleted my channel, but that would be rather rude of them. I'm kind of hoping they don't do that.
True. W video. That was a W video. David Atchu, you made it, buddy. You made it. Video blew you up. W video. Go check them out. Go subscribe. I related to that a lot. That was a W video.